From flatline to slow heartbeat, weak ambitions thrives. Hello everyone, GPA049 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play. Welcome back to another episode of the Metroid Prime Marathon series featuring I completely messed that up. Let me start that over. Hello everyone, GPA049 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, the Metroid Prime Marathon series, episode number 32. So what did I mean by that with the weak ambitions thrives and flatline to heartbeat? Well, the flatline to heartbeat represents the condition of Agon wastes and dark aether, because the slow heartbeat is in the Agon wastes, and the flatline is in dark aether. Just a representative of how truly dead inside the place really is by design. Weak ambitions thrives. That slow heartbeat is emanating just a sign of life, of lifeless ambition. So we're going to go straight inside the Space Pirate base and examine what the hell is going on over there. It's not much. Space Pirates and Metroid Prime 2 Echoes are completely non-threatening in comparison to like Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption and basically every other Metroid game. The only time when literally the only real time when the Space Pirates are genuinely threatening to Samus Aran and your presence is when they're possessed by the Ing, because normally their very existence in Aether is practically meaningless. And I say that because in my perspective on how the Space Pirates are portrayed in this game, even though they have a distinctly unique and different design, they have the same ambitions they had before in Talon 4, and apparently they got, I don't know, somehow or another stranded on Aether the same way the GFS Tur and Samus Aran did, and yeah, great. Every single time when I try to like explain, I lose my train of thought and I completely forgot what I was going to say. All right, my interpretation of how the Space Pirates behave in this game is that their existence is deliberately dull in outset. They have a deliberately dull outset, and I say that because they're in Agon Wastes, a place that has basically no signs of life in it whatsoever, aside from the scavengers that are feeding on of whatever's left of the place's corpse. And I'll stop right there because I need to just deliver a sneaky fatal blow on these guys. Just aim directly at the phazon canister, not a missile. Otherwise it'd auto lock on. Actually, no. It is supposed to be a missile. Wait for it. Just... okay. I don't even know if the missile will auto lock on, but okay. No, not that. Right. Come on. Easy does it, easy does it. Line it right there, gently, gently, and fire. Well, the splash damage took care of him, despite the auto lock-on mechanic that just nearly ruined me. So, splash damage, thank you once again for saving my life. And here we are entering inside the Space Pirate base, or whatever feels like it, because it's still Agon Wastes. But the thing is about the Space Pirate base at Agon Wastes is that it feels so, I don't know, it feels like its own area, so much to the point where you completely forget you're even in Agon Wastes to begin with. Just to really emphasize on how truly dead this place really is on the inside. Makes sense that the Space Pirate would just make this their home. There's barely anything for them to worry about, or so they think, because Dark Samus to this very moment is pursuing them. Structural analysis complete. Crude but efficient device designed to harness wind power. Components are of Space Pirate design. Whatever it's used for, it's practically nothing, because why would you need to control the wind in a place where there's barely any wind to begin with anyway? Nah, who can say? More space pirates is invading us. Well, not invading. They're not really all that, you know, motivated to kill you. They're just like, okay, let's just get this over with. I'm currently suffering from the effects of phazon corruption via the Ing, and I'm just, you know, I'm completely weak. You can only scan these guys once. If you accidentally kill the Vigilance class turrets before scanning them, game over. You can't get them 100% completion on the logbook. That's just how it is. Vigilance class turret, manned defense system, heavy weapons. Heavy weapon, fires powerful energy blast, use rapid movement and cover to avoid damage. The Vigilance class turret is found in many space pirate bases, built to support the Humility class turret. It is as accurate as the gunner operating it. Until they realize that they somehow or another just lodge their own bodies physically into the gun, and they realize they can't escape, and they just, you know, their own life energy is dependent on the guns, and when the guns are destroyed, so too are the operators of the turret. Unless you're Samus Aran, which means you can just, like, you know, fully restore your HP before the HP. It's so weird to me of how the turrets are operated in this game. When the energy runs out on the turret, you die. It just completely ignores all of your energy tanks and just, like, basically, like, you know, injects all of your energy tanks straight into the turret, and it's incredibly weak. It is incredibly weak for some reason by design. Many young space pirates begin their careers as sentries. A tour as a Vigilance gunner is considered a mark of distinction. Well, you need more training. I want to see how much damage it does normally. Quite a lot, but it's not that powerful. And one more missile. Goodbye. I just heard a stock. I just heard a stock sound effect of the metal clang noise. I didn't even know that was in this game. That's funny. Magnetic rail system track detected. Rail system powered and active. Spider ball technology required to access track. Where in the hell is that freaking skiff vehicle that I didn't scan in time? Oh yeah, speaking of scan, this broken wall was not scannable until the trilogy version for some reason, because it gave us answers regarding the space pirate and the GFS and the GFS Tur on how they arrived on Aether. You know, the cutscene of when the GFS Tur was like a, you know, just going after a space pirate you know, boarding ship, or like a space pirate warship, and it also ended up on Aether the same way the GFS Tur did. Well, here's what the scan entry says when you scan this broken wall in the trilogy version. Structural analysis complete. Wall fashioned from wreckage of the space pirate vessel shot down by the GFS Tur. So it's confirmed the space pirates didn't, like, you know, walk into this place to, like, build a base. They ended up here because their vessel, like, crash landed on this exact spot, which is interesting. Unless they've been here this entire time, considering that the war between the Luminath and the Ing has been going on for so long, that wait, if that would be okay, if that was the case, then this place would be extremely old to begin with. Like the space pirate base would have been here for an incredibly long time if that was the case. But maybe this was somewhat recent. Let's take a look at the space pirate log entries and just pay attention to the and fail at deciphering the math between cycles, decacycles, centicycles, whatever. It's very confusing. I still have a hard time. A hard time understanding it. Analysis complete. Space pirate defense shield is active. Shield is taken from the wreckage of a space pirate starship. It is impervious to your weaponry. But it's there for absolutely no reason. It's just there for decoration. It looks really cool when you look at it up close, which we're not close enough to get there. Alright, so invading through enemy territory once again, if you can call this enemy territory, because I call this stolen land. I don't know about anyone else, because That's essentially of what this base is in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. They're not supposed to be here. They just stole this place for themselves. And there's also a place of when we get our hands on the Dark Beam after defeating Dark Samus, which is our next boss. Structural analysis complete. Grading section is composed of telluric alloy. Structural integrity critical. Let's go break both of them. Why not? Why don't we? Because it also triggers my OCD. Oh yeah, one other very you know, charming detail about in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is that when you enter Morph Ball mode, the moths or insects that are certainly similar to them will draw toward you. Will draw toward you because your morph ball is emanating light. Very nice detail. I really like how the devs just like you know, added this one little cute detail about the moth insects just like just dancing all over you when you're in morph ball, and they instantly disperse when you exit out of it. It's very nice. Let's go through this. Go through this morph ball tunnel segment. This morph ball tunnel segment looks like we're going through a monster's anus. Such powerful ambitions, but weak in reality because they have absolutely no idea what the hell they're going to get themselves into in a matter of moments. What kind of plans are the Space Pirates doing in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes? We have absolutely no idea, but it's prevalent that their source and goal for Phazon for ultimate control is still present, and that's the only thing that we can get in this place. Despite of how dead and just like, you know, outright inhospitable and just unwise it is to, you know, to like do anything in the state of Aether, that does not stop the Space Pirates from like wanting to like achieve their ultimate goal of just coming up with something to make themselves insuperable in the galaxy. But they really need to try a lot more harder because the Space Pirates are just incredibly dumb. But at the same time, I really cannot blame them for like being so, you know, weak-minded in comparison to the other games, because they have no idea what's going on in the state of Aether and they're just learning about it. But they probably should have had a lot more time to cook with their ambitions, because that said ambition got stolen and ravaged and, you know, taken over by the Ing as a result. And that is the only time when the Space Pirates become an absolute threat to Samus Aran. And here, they're absolutely nothing. I have never died to a single Space Pirate in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes because their AI and the way that they the way they oppose you is extremely predictable, and just like, yeah, you need to give up. You're better than what you were before in Talon 4 than you are in here. Dark Aether. Transdimensional duplicate of planet Aether. Can't determine origin of Aether's dark twin. Contains high levels of Phazon ore. Native bioforms attack on sight. And that's all it says. Apparently, those gigantic cracks on the surface of Dark Aether is the impact of where the Leviathan seed struck. Where it ended up in, we have absolutely no idea, but the indication on where it landed is on the surface of the planet itself, just not when you're like looking around the place. It's nowhere to be found. Even the Luminoth were dumbstruck by that were dumbstruck by that factor. It's a mystery to this day. And it'll just stay that way until the ends of time, and that's fine. Aether, obscure world in the Dasha system. Planet is unstable due to transdimensional flux. Warfare has devastated a good portion of the world's population. Finally, extreme climate shifts have left most of Aether uninhabitable. It just says the same thing when you scan it. Information on both planets, and that's all you really need to know. You're learning about the planet when you're just, you know, learning more about the war. All right, log 62217. Phazon raids. Phazon extraction raids are underway on Dark Aether. The toxicity of the atmosphere has taken a toll on our workforce, as have the hostile natives of that world. Science team is preparing survival gear to protect our work teams, and we have increased our security presence in extraction areas. Fortunately, High Command is sending more troops and supplies. Our troops and resources are spread dangerously thin, and this mission cannot fail. Well, it did the very moment you stepped foot in that place, so, what's your plan now? Keep on trying until you succeed? How very committal that would be. Log 44681. Phazon operations. Science team detected the presence of Phazon in the Dasha system 4 cycles ago. High Command authorized the deployment of our system shortly thereafter. Our orders are to establish a base on planet Aether and evaluate local Phazon resources. Okay, so they ended up here by plan. And the Galactic Federation noticed that, and they basically took the bait and met their ultimate demise, met their untimely demise there. By complete accident, because they had no idea that would happen. Space pirates, on the other hand, they had the upper hand, surprisingly. I guess the space pirates are much more intelligent than the Galactic Federation ever will be. Who knew? Because this world lies on the periphery of Galactic Federation territory, we are following stealth protocols at the highest level. A cadre of elite commandos has been dispatched to provide security for our force as well. This operation is now underway. Anything else? Yes, there's plenty of it. 48853. Local conflict. This is when they learn about the ordeal on planet Aether. Intelligence reports on the indigenous population of Aether are in error. This planet is not at peace, nor are the inhabitants docile. Evidence of a Class 4 conflict is present here, though hostilities are at a minimal level now. Our territory has suffered several raids by a strange type of shadowy creature. These raids have caused considerable damage, and we have requested more combat troops in response. Requested from other locations outside of the planet, knowing they're going to be stranded as well? Well, if the results matter, it's all they need. Great discoveries. A spatial anomaly has been found within our base. We believe this rift in space-time leads to a parallel dimension of some type, but I've been unable to interact with it thus far. A strange artifact was found near the anomaly as well. It may be a weapon or generator of some kind. Perhaps it is the key to accessing the anomaly. High Command is eager for reports on the relic. A new weapon for our arsenal is always welcome. That weapon will have to be the Dark Beam. Not quite sure how the hell they were able to discover the Dark Beam. My guess is that theoretically they could have found it in possession of a dead Luminoth warrior that they found just happened to be lying around their base, and they just happened to confiscate it from the corpse and use it for themselves and store it somewhere that only I can get it. Smart. Rift Portal. The Rift Portal has been opened. The artifact weapon, dubbed the Dark Beam by Science Team, provides the energy needed to open the portal, although for a limited time. We've sent expeditions through the portal, and they have returned with incredible news. The portal leads to a parallel version of Aether. This Dark Aether has suffered a global calamity, turning it into a toxic wasteland. It is the homeworld of the shadowy creatures who have been raiding our base for the last cycle. Most importantly, it is the prime location of Phazon in this sector. Extraction plans are being prepared. We will not be denied! Moments said before a disaster. And everything else is just the science experiments that they've been undergoing in this place. Nothing more, nothing less. But we can still read it. Metroid Handling Protocols 720202. 7th cycle, I'm pretty sure. Metroids are not pets. Metroids are not for target practice. Finally, unauthorized feeding of Metroids is still strictly prohibited. I wonder if that actually stops some of them. Technician 12 relieved after showing symptoms of Phazon fever, and we reclaimed the Phazon as his own and held us at gunpoint until security arrived. Phazon, you work in the most mysterious ways. This is mine. I am Phazon. I am Phazon. I am the Lifebringer. I am the fucking universe! Says that space pirate before he was confiscated of his Phazon possessions and put into a mental asylum in the space pirate base. Dark Aether Transit 424 complete. Radiation levels within tolerances. Dark cannon operating at full power. No signs of instability detected. Cooldown cycle underway. Sentry report 7202.04. Very recent. I grow weary of standing watch on a wasteland. The accursed Marines are weak and vulnerable. Why do we not attack? They owe us a fate debt for the They owe us a fate debt for the attack on our supply ship. Instead of settling accounts, we sit around in the sandpit like a group of timid old spinsters. It is time for action! Very impatient, don't you say? Casualty report 7203.04. Metroid, perhaps? Mining expedition 422 reports 3 dead, 2 injured, 1 missing in action. Captured bioform transferred to science team for study. 7203.01. Let's keep that one in mind. It's way too late after that. Metroid energy report 7202.09. Until we recover more Phazon, we rely on Metroids for power. Command has authorized mass breeding of Metroids for this purpose. And we see it happen underway later on in the game, too. Security analysis complete. Unable to bypass space pirate security. Portal control access denied. Find an alternate method of accessing portal control. Oh, so there's no data on there anyway. It was encrypted. Space Pirate Report 7202.6. Commando Unit 87 has failed to report. Unit was dispatched to recon the swamp, a potential site for a new base. Unit 98 sent to investigate. And he too became possessed, so now what? Nothing. Fantastic. Yeah, that's so borderline incompetent the space pirates really are in this game. They try so hard to achieve just a fraction of power, only for that source of power that is corrupting this very planet to be to just write the end of them right then and there. Gotta admire the ambition, even though that's stupid. But once again, what the hell do they know? They're just learning as they go and dying as they continue. 7201.4. The Marine vessel has been under attack by indigenous predators for several days. Casualties are high. The Marine force is near elimination. Marine force of the space pirates or Marine force of the GFS Tur. Then again, the space pirates aren't Marines. They're just members of an army. Generally surprised you can't scan this gate over here because it moves and it operates. But no. It was like, oh yeah, it's closed. Look around. Look somewhere else to find it. Power relays connected. Elevator unit online. Step into the hologram to activate the elevator. And I believe it got to scan the elevator, but who cares? Doesn't matter to me. What was that? Oh, here they are. There's a normal trooper. Alright, took care of him. Unlock the door. And this is when we see Dark Samus just trolling along with us. Security alert. All systems and units. DataNet has been compromised. The hunter has hacked our DataNet. All of our secrets are now hers. She cannot be allowed to escape. Terminate her on sight. Security alert. All units to battle stations. The Dark Hunter has breached the Metroid production facility. Protect Phazon supply at all costs. Death to the Dark Hunter. Glory to the space pirates. Good luck trying. Light energy. Take this. Oh, right. Take care of him. I can scan this, why not? Phazon Collection Report 7202.2. Phazon supply at Site 1 is diminishing. Sites 2 and 3 are supply rated above 90%. Site 4 remains a problem due to high presence of hostile bioforms. What was the one that I scanned earlier about wanting to keep track? Oh no, there's local conflict. Phazon operations. Rift portal. Great discoveries. It's right down here, I'm pretty sure. Right there. That's a Phazon Razor, never mind. Dark Aether. Right here? Okay. 202.2. I think it's right here. Actually, it's, I'm pretty sure it's down here. Seven 203.4. 7203.1. 203.1. Okay, I'll remember that. Might be in here. I don't know. 203.1. There it is right here. Planetary Stability Report 7203.1. Planetary energy is at critical, creating violent climate changes and tectonic shifts. Unless these conditions can be reversed, global destruction is inevitable. Stability Report 7203.1. Okay, let me try to connect the dots on here. I'm curious. Casualty report. Oh, a captured bioform. Transferred to science team for study. And here it is right here. Oh wait, never mind. That's just the condition of the planet. Never mind. Might be somewhere else. Dark Hunter analysis 7202.7. Scans of the Dark Hunter have revealed she grows stronger as she consumes Phazon. Already a class platinum AAA threat level, we shudder to think of her power level if she consumes our entire Phazon supply. Oh, that'll happen very soon in the next couple of cycles after when this cycle is completely over. Trust me. And you'll be perfectly 100% okay with it. Because you were brainwashed to think that way. And there's our dark twin, Dark Samus. Hard to think, hard to believe that this dark clone of Samus Aran was once an ordinary Talon 4 Metroid. That as a result of consuming an ass load of liquid radiation, sentient liquid radiation, and with just a crap ton of just God knows how long it was consuming Phazon when it first crash landed on Talon 4. That Leviathan was looking for a host, got the Metroid, and then became that over time. Well, Metroid Prime, it became Metroid Prime eventually over time. But then, character development in the worst possible form emerged. What kind of fucking abhorrent transformation is this, and how in the hell were they able to, like, come up with it this quickly? Maybe they were just like, maybe it was like the very first thing that the developers had in mind when they were coming up with the story Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Oh wait, no, that's not true. Metroid 1.5 was the first idea at first, but it became Metroid Prime 2 Echoes afterwards, and then they decided to like connect the dots on what happened to Metroid Prime, and then this is just what Dark Samus is up to. Security systems active. Unique energy required for door access. Energized door with dark energy to open it. Meantime, I can scan this little lore projector screen. Federation attack. Another disaster. Transport bringing our reinforcements and supplies have been shot down. It was engaged in orbit by a Federation vessel, which has landed near the alien temple. It's only a matter of time before the Marines attack. Survivors from our ship have made their way to our base. Here we shall make our stand. Another enemy. First the Shadowlings, then the Dark Hunter, and now the Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Perhaps fate will smile upon us before the world itself opens its maw and swallows us. That said world be dark aether, and indeed it did swallow you. Mentally. Metroid brood generation underway. Protocol 3 in effect until further notice. Exercise extreme caution when dealing with the birthing of or storage of newborns. Remember, infant Metroids are not pets. And now we can finally, now we can finally access this blast door. Blast door control security bypassed. Door remain in the open position. Security and control systems have been jammed at the source. Permanently open, and we piss off more of the space pirates because they know that we are infiltrating their base, and there's not a damn thing they can do about it. We have 30 missiles. We have over 300 HP, and we have double jumping. We're not exactly powerless, but we're not exactly powerless, but we're powerful enough to take care of them in one fell swoop. This is in hyper mode. I mean, it takes like four missiles to kill. Humility class turret. Space pirate defense system. Beam weapon variant of captured Federation turret. Evade its fire with quick movement. The Space Pirates copied captured Federation Growler turrets, but found the cannon unit inadequate. They replaced the Growler's weapon with a powerful galvanic accelerator cannon. The Humility turret packs a strong punch, but retains the Growler system's weaknesses. Fast targets can evade the crude targeting system, and the armor can't take much punishment. It's got the exact same design and structure as the Growler turret, but it just has different ammunition to give it space pirate identity somehow or another. And they only take one missile to kill anyway. Kill? Oh, they're not sent in. I forgot. They take one missile to destroy. Yeah, I'm out of here. Leave me alone. Doesn't deal that much damage. Just getting this before it goes away. Got it. Pirate skiff. Vehicle: Shrike class assault skiff. Light attack craft and troop transport. Vehicles unarmed but heavily armored. Eliminate troops if possible before they disperse. It's not possible. I've tried. Plans for the Shrike were recently stolen from a Galactic Federation lab by the Space Pirates. Okay, that's a flat-out lie after all. Space Pirates strangely dislike theft. This completely debunks that notion entirely. I knew there was something wrong with that. I just knew it. Recently stolen from a Galactic Federation lab by the Space Pirates. ScanVisor lied to me. What kind of information were you giving me? Propaganda? How dare you? Production began immediately, and the fast-moving skiff is now a part of most pirate operations. It is used primarily as a troop transport, taking a fire team of troopers into action. The Shrike is unarmed, relying on the troops it carries for protection against hostile forces. It's just a gigantic hoverboard. I guess they really don't want to deal with us. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere else to find some more Phazon hot spots, if you don't mind. And if you don't mind, I would sure love if you would leave me the hell alone, so I can take a look at how badly you abuse these poor Talon Metroids. Bioscan complete. Metroid subject has several blast wounds from space pirate weaponry on low power settings. They wanted it alive after they were finished with it. Yeah, I'd be pissed off too if I was abused like that. Metroids did nothing wrong. Space pirates are to blame. Until the Metroids attack you. Containment field is keeping Metroid subject in a constant state of agitation. It is unable to enter sleep cycles. Oh my god. Why would you even do that to these poor things? I get that they're parasites, but at the end of the day, they're creatures. Made by the Chozo to take care of another crisis, but that backfired, and now they're developing into completely different forms thanks to Phazon. It is absolutely unreal to me on how many on how downright broken a cycle of a creature can be when it's exposed to a different source altogether. Because Metroid's already had a life cycle in SR388. Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and Omega, and eventually transformed into the Queen. But when exposed to Phazon, Metroids get a brand new life cycle altogether. Jeez. What do you think about it? Phazon is the most dangerous, is the most dangerous creature or idea in video game history. And the fact that it is fully capable of doing so much in nearly an instant, just rewriting the very soul of everything that lives and everything that thrives, and just corrupts it in the worst ways imaginable by literally creating an entire planet of a dark version of itself, and basically making a complete mockery of the life cycle of a Metroid entirely. What else is it capable of doing? Oh yeah, just creating a doppelganger that just wants that has the exact same nature of Phazon, but has it does a lot of things to fucking just to screw things up. That's what Dark Samus does. It's very hard to explain, but holy shit. Phazon is absolutely terrifying the more that you think about it. It's not Dark Samus that's essentially the most scariest thing that's ever been born in the Metroid series. It's Phazon itself. The blood of Dark Samus is far more superior than Dark Samus itself, because Phazon is what created Dark Samus to begin with, along with stealing a fraction of Samus's identity. That's one hell of a rabbit hole to be trapped in. It's so fascinating. Metroid's subject is suffering from food poisoning. It has ingested several pet treats and space pirate rations. I wonder if that same person just got punished to the death for doing this, for just following this, taboo protocol. These do not agree with this digestive system. Oh my god. Pet treats and space pirate rations, these do not agree with this digestive system. Yeah, all these poor Metroids are suffering from space pirate abuse. Also, I don't understand what's going on in here. Why are you in here to begin with? Evidence of a symbiotic bonding present in subject system. Subject is barely alive and is periodically leached of its bioenergy by Metroids. Periodically, but barely alive to sustain these Metroids inside this aquarium. Oh, there's information on the Talon Metroid. Talon Metroid, energy craving parasite. Taken from Planet Talon 4. Target leeches bioenergy from its victims. Stunned by concussive blasts, vulnerable to dark energy. Space pirates harvest and enslave Metroids for use in their operations. The Talon Metroid will latch onto prey with powerful pincers, then proceed to drain its life energy. This causes the creature to grow in size and mass. The creatures are vulnerable to the chilling effect of dark energy, and can be detached by entering Morph Ball mode and deploying a bomb. Chilling effect of dark energy. Which is to say that the Dark Beam is essentially the Ice Beam that has the same capabilities, which is exactly that. It functions the exact same way as the Ice Beam, but is 10 times more proficient at being a reliable weapon to take care of enemies. It's not slow either. It's fast. The Hunter. Oh boy, here we go. Samus Aran, the accursed hunter, has arrived. The sudden arrival of the hunter is strange enough, but her actions are stranger still. She does not seek our destruction, but our Phazon. With each raid, she steals Phazon ore, only killing those who attempt to deny her. What she needs it for, we do not know, though science teams suspect she requires it to power her new armor suit. Dark in color, it is equipped with strange new weapons. The troops now call her the Dark Hunter. It is a fitting title. Well, what else do we call it? Nothing racist. Because space pirates would just be completely canceled if that was the case. Metroid subject has been energy drained repeatedly over the last 3 cycles. How do you drain the life energy of a Metroid? Subject's cellular structure has become unstable as a result. Let me reread this. Has been energy drained repeatedly over the last 3 cycles. Okay, that's interesting. Bioscan complete. Metroid subject is heavily scarred. Wounds appear to be from repeated contact with this containment field, most likely received while attempting to escape. Not interested, sorry. Ah yes, the fun room. Mechanical analysis complete. Unit is a powered security barrier. The space pirates use this barrier to control access in this high security area. It must be rotated to advance. I say it's fun because it's really cool of how this area functions. Seeing all those like all those metallic components just dancing around until you know just I don't know the way that these components like move around is very satisfying to look at. It's like you're looking at some sort of kaleidoscope of some sorts. And the inferior pirate arrow troopers. Pirate arrow trooper, airborne assault trooper. Fast moving and extremely well armed, jetpacks can be overloaded with thermal damage. Pirate arrow troopers are known for their cold precision and utter cruelty. Armed with both beam and missile systems, the arrow trooper can be a difficult foe to engage, especially at range. Their jetpacks can be overloaded with heat-based attacks, however. Heat-based attacks? You mean anything? Okay. Oh, wait! Heat-based attacks is in the light beam. Okay. Scientifically speaking, yeah, overload their jetpacks and just burn them to smithereens. Okay, that makes sense. These units prefer death before dishonor. An injured arrow trooper will make a suicide strike before allowing himself to be captured. What I really don't understand about the space pirate arrow troopers in this game is that it looks like as if that their jetpack is already beginning to malfunction and they're just basically trying to go out with a bang the very moment they take flight. Looks very experimental. The arrow troopers in this game look extremely experimental compared to what they were in Talon 4. Yeah, but it functions. They just spiral. I absolutely love the arrow trooper just spiral, like spiral downward in a straight line when you kill them. All right, puzzle time. Production report: Metroid 7201.1. Mass breeding Metroids underway. We will meet command's quota within a cycle. Storage remains an issue. Recommend expansion of existing facility before a critical Metroid level is reached. Let me just read this real quick and just get to fighting Dark Samus. Maintenance report 7203. Energy containment field generators have failed 3 times. I fear for our safety. We're out of spare parts. One more failure and we're finished. Oh, you don't say. I'll do exactly that. Spaceport security system bypass. Power harnessing system online. Processing racks moving to position 1. Extreme caution recommended. Well, as long as they're not in range of the elevating platforms, then you should be fine. Alright, nothing over here. I wish I had the boost ball, but alas, I don't. Okay, so on the top... Okay. This way. Left. Okay. Left once. Left twice. And... yeah, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the energy tank first, and then... yeah, I can't talk. Alright. Discipline report 7119B02. Units 13 and 43 have been placed on low rations after being caught configuring the power storage racks for amusement purposes. Agility training is to occur only in sanctioned training areas. I wonder what their punishment was. Training report. Science team believes the Metroids can be trained. After several cycles of trying, I believe science team has vapor for brains. I've lost 2 assistants to the wretched little things. I love this log report. Hey, it's like, hey, we could probably train these Metroids and treat them like pets. Let's try it out. You're fucking crazy. I believe science team has vapor for brains. Oh my god, I love reading that. It's so friggin' hysterical. Alpha power storage rack for position monitor. 2 nearby consoles control the movement of the alpha powered storage rack. Scan them to operate the system. Alright. There's more of them over here. Theft report 719605. 3 Metroids have been stolen. All on-duty units have been questioned. Whereabouts of Metroids unknown. Doubling security in Metroids in Metroid areas until further notice. Okay, so that's the reason why they put those Metroids in those stasis chambers. It was in the heat of the moment, and they were desperate to like not have their Metroid supply stolen anymore. They were scared. I guess that makes sense, but at the exact same time, they pissed off the Metroids and their trust in the space pirates, and now it's really hard to continue their duty. Okay, so they didn't abuse them. They just wanted to. Oh wait, never mind. Well, there's never mind, because there's a few Metroids that are just suffering from food poison and whatnot. So some of them were abused, some of them weren't. I don't know what to say anymore. 7199-107. The Dark Hunter was spotted near the Metroid tanks. She attempted to breach the containment racks without success, and then escaped. Perhaps she is behind the recent Metroid theft. Or perhaps she was communicating with them. Because Dark Samus itself is a Metroid still at heart. Termination report 719502. Metroid Unit 318 was put down today after a failed domestication session. Metroid Unit refused commands and terminated one of its handlers before it was subdued. What the fuck did you expect? What part of not pets do you not understand? Injury report 7200-07. Unit 686 released a Metroid for target practice today. Metroid then assaulted 686. He should be regaining brain functions in a cycle. Forgetting anything that ever happened in the process. They have vapor for brains. Command authorized. Delta power storage racks configured to desired position. And I'm just gonna put the last 3 storage racks on the right side. We can snag that energy tank and take on Dark Samus. You can't mash it. All right. Snag this energy tank for an extra boost of power, vitality, and an increased rate of survival. There we go. And now we can take on our doppelganger. Well, after configuring the panels on the opposite side, of course. Alpha. That one's fine, but I just want to scan this. This is the Delta power system. Or not power system, it's the power storage rack. And put this down. And bada bing, bada boom. Puzzle solved. I don't even need to look at that. Oh wait, we've wasted far too much time examining a bunch of screens, more than what we already do as a broken human society. So let's just get on with this and just go straight to Dark Samus. Oh yeah, of course, Morph Ball Tunnel puzzle over here as well. Bring on more of the Space Pirate Stealth Mode soundtrack. Ambience. I completely forgot the infrared lasers also push you back. Gotta be very quick. That just sucks. I mean, very impatient. I don't really care. Ow. There we go. Made it. Destroy those objects so we can get through there without having to solve the puzzle again. Nifty. Alright, we finally made it. There's only one more screen to scan, and it's right here. It's a lore. What kind of lore? Let's take a look. Security breach. The Dark Hunter teleports into the base at will. Our security is proven. Let me look at that again. The Dark Hunter teleports into the base at will. Our security has proven next to useless against her. Her latest raid was disastrous. Not only did we lose more Phazon to her, but she also crippled the stealth field generator with her strange new weapons. We are exposed. Until the replacement generator arrives, we will be vulnerable to scans and detection. Our presence here is still minimal. Should the Federation find us, we will be unable to defend our position. Fortunately, Aether is on the fringe of Federation space. With luck, we will have a stealth field back in effect before being detected. Not quite sure what kind of stealth field was breached, but it allowed us to breach breach ourselves. So yeah, blessing in disguise for us and a curse for them. Best of both worlds, or the worst of both worlds. Can't get this yet. I'll scan it though. Structural analysis complete. Grading designed to resist extremely high-speed winds. Weapons fire is useless against it. Seek an alternate method to access the control area. Structural analysis complete. Stress fractures detected. Decomposure of brimstone alloy within wall has weakened it. Structural integrity critical. And here we begin our very first fight and experience with Dark Samus. And I must say, the intro cutscene just speaks way louder than words. It says a lot on just the face to face encounter with your dark twin. Not exactly sure how to describe it, but it's just really badass. And absorbing that Phazon crystal inside this room. And there it is. A shadow of yourself. Light versus dark. Just staring down at each other. Good versus evil. Waiting for one side to make the first move, and the battle begins. I absolutely love the mirroring image behind that cutscene. It's so freaking good. Dark Samus 1. Phazon powered entity. Powerful distance attacks. Phazon energy shield repels all weapons. Wait until it is down to attack. Avoid close contact with target. Scans indicate the presence of Phazon in your genetic material within this entity. She wears a version of the Varia suit, altered and augmented by the Phazon within her. Primary weapons include the missile launcher and a scattershot variant of the power beam, which is called the shrapnel beam. Which isn't in the game. It's just in the database. Boost and jump abilities are superior to yours. The ability to generate Phazon energy shields is also present. One thing that really, I find the most fascinating about Dark Samus's design, on the outside, is okay. Something that I just noticed just now. Dark Samus's design is power suit on the outside, but on the inside is still pure Phazon, and you can see it on the shoulder pads. Deep down inside, you're just fighting another powerful strain of Phazon, of the element of Phazon itself. Jeez. It is absolutely fucking terrifying on how powerful this one element is. Because the more that you think about it, it's not Dark Samus you're fighting. It's Phazon that has made a direct copy of you, maintaining the same exact ambition and goal to just populate more and more and just consume more and just consume more and more around it until there's no signs of life left anywhere. It is a lifeless, heartless, soulless abomination born completely by accident and arrived at the wrong place at the wrong time for this one global crisis to just... Oh my goodness. Take root. But this is just the first of many. Right over there, Dark Samus has the ability to use a super missile. It's not a she. It's still a creature. Even though the logbook certainly says that, deep down, Dark Samus is still a creature. Heartless creature. A mockery of life itself. And what an introduction it is. But this is only Dark Samus in its weakest form. We haven't even seen her. We haven't even seen what it's fully capable of doing just yet. I was like, oh, look at that. Dark Samus is about to blow up. Does that mean it's gone for forever? No. You're just overloading its system. Its Phazon cellular structure has reached a critical point, and now it just needs time to regenerate. Always watching, Phazon lives and breathes, seeking nothing but ultimate control. Luminoth weapon detected. Let me do that later. I'm gonna go research more on this Phazon element. Phazon, volatile ore with biomutagenic properties. Origin point of Phazon unknown. First detection of element on planet Talon 4. Used by space pirates to produce vast levels of energy. Origin point of Phazon unknown yet. Very telling that's the very first thing they put. The very first thing they put on this on the information on this element. We don't know where it came from. Just putting more emphasis on how mysterious this element really is. More questions than answers. At least in that point, anyway. First detection of element on planet Talon 4. Used by space powers to produce large levels of energy. Bioforms exposed to Phazon without proper shielding will eventually undergo radical mutation. Radical mutation. Isn't that an understatement? Oh, and speaking of radical mutation, let us harness the power of darkness itself by having one of the most absurdly broken weapons in the entire series. The Dark Beam is within our sights, and it is ours for the taking. Oh, Dark Beam, Dark Beam, Dark Beam, my fucking beloved Dark Beam. After I scan the screen. Shadow War. The local war is escalating in intensity. The Shadowlings from Dark Aether have launched an offensive. The assault seems focused on a central network of buildings atop a mountain. A base, perhaps. Strangely, this attack coincides with the rise in planetary instability. Perhaps these shadow creatures are using a new weapon system. The Shadowlings must believe us to be foes, for they have hit our base numerous times as well. We are holding, but attrition is taking its toll on our troops and resources. Reinforcements are en route. We can only wait and defend what is ours. Anyway, let's go snag this badass motherfucker, shall we? Oh, how long I've waited to have this in my grasp. Ha ha! Oh, I love this weapon. I fucking love this weapon. The Dark Beam, baby. The new and improved Ice Beam. Let's go chill our foes to the bone with the power of darkness. Freeze them in fear. Oh, baby, let's do this. And we only have 50 ammo. Why? I was like, okay. One thing that kind of bothers me a little bit on people complaining about Metroid Prime 2 Echoes not having unlimited beam energy, unlike what it was in Metroid Prime, to have like unlimited beam energy. There's a reason for this. You're in a war. Do you seriously expect things to be fair in your favor? You seriously expect war to be fair for you? There's a reason on why it's limited. The reason why the light beam and the dark beam have limited use and have ammunition to begin with is because they are absurdly overpowered. That's the reason why. So only use it when you really need to. There's a lot of strategy involved when you're using these weapons, and you can't just like always use them as your default default line of offensive maneuvers. You really have to be smart and just intelligent to like use the it requires a lot of intelligence to use a dark beam and light beam. I'm not even kidding either, because dark beam and light beam revolve heavily on enemy weaknesses, unlike in the other games. But yeah, anyway, I'm saying too much. I'll explain this later in the next episode, but for now, that'll have to include the end of this episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, episode number 23 in the Metroid Prime Marathon series, and I hope to see you again in the next one of where we will enter inside Dark Aether and find the 2 remaining keys and fight the one and only Morbus. Hope you're looking forward to that, and I'll see you later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Yeah, anyway. This is GBA049, signing out, going offline, and see you next mission.